most important part of hiking?
Eyebrows.
It's eyebrows?
Yeah.
Good morning, you guys. We are here today on the Marion Trail and we're hiking up to Mount San Jacinto. This is our second peak of the 6-peak challenge. It's not the longest hike. It's supposed to be around 12 miles, but the elevation of 4,500 feet, and then the last section is supposed to be quite a bit of bouldering. So it should be an interesting hike. Definitely ready for this adventure. So come along, you guys, and why don't you check it out with us? There are a few parts on the trail that's clear path, but it's pretty rocky and it's a very technical trail. That's why people say that this is really for avid hikers. This is not a casual hiking trail by any means. You have to really watch your footwork, and the terrain is pretty technical. But so far, I'm definitely enjoying it. What's the guy that you were telling me about? It's all about inner peace and...
Oh, Jay Shetty.
Jay Shetty. Maybe we'll dub some Jay Shetty on top of this video. And
He used to be a monk.
let's channel our Jay Shetty and keep moving.
Think like a monk.
So for me, my 3 E's are element, environment, and energy. Everyone has an element that they thrive in. If you take someone out of their element, they won't be the same. A modern day example would be Michael Jordan. He was incredible at basketball. You took him out of basketball, put him into baseball, no one remembers his career. We're talking about one of the best athletes of all time. Your environment is the environment around you. You can take a fish out of water and give it a beautiful mansion and a Bentley and all the money in the world, but it will die. And that's what we are, like our environment. Everyone needs an environment which they thrive, which we have to craft. Your boss, if you're at work, is never gonna ask you, hey, what environment do you succeed in, right? Like, that never happens. So we have to create an environment where we thrive. And then finally, it's energy. Some of us love high energy environments, high pressure. Some of us succeed in low energy environments and low pressure. Figuring out your energy and the frequency on which you operate best will help you thrive as well. So for me, those are the 3 E's to really create a thriving environment. Know your element, know your environment, and know your energy. And so at all times, if I see anything going wrong, I'm going, is my element out of alignment? Is my environment out of alignment? Or is my energy out of alignment? And that's a great 3-question test you can do to yourself when you don't think things are going right. And all you have to do is bring that back into alignment. To remind yourself that it's okay to feel the way you feel when you're going through a difficult time. It's okay to feel weak. It's okay to want to cry. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. Just reminding yourself that it's okay. This is my #1 way of how to find strength in difficult times, is reminding yourself that the way you feel is okay. To honor that feeling, to accept that feeling, to actually be okay with that, what we see or what we perceive to be a weakness, or what we perceive to let us down, or what we perceive is a sign of, instability or insecurity. We've got to remind ourselves that when things are tough, it's okay to feel that way. There's nothing wrong with that. Any difficulty I go to, I look to moments in history where people have endured the same pain, if not more extreme, and analyze, absorb, and connect with how they got through it. I like to see what they were thinking. I like to see what they did. I like to see how they structured themselves. I like to look at how they organized. I like to look at who they were speaking to. I like to look at what was going through their mind at that time, because you've got to remember that any challenge we're facing today, we've faced it before as humanity, right? Beyond ethnicities, beyond color, race, creed, beyond backgrounds, beyond all walks of life. As human beings, we've been through challenges before, and we've got through them. And therefore, reconnecting with how that's been done before is a beautiful way of learning how to overcome current challenges. So you can either look at your past, but real wisdom lies in looking at the past of people who made a difference. You look at people like Martin Luther King, you look at people like Gandhi, you look at people who made world-changing differences, not single-handedly, but influenced from a single perspective, from a single point of view, and really connecting with the powerful moments in history. I've said this quote many times, I've read it many times, and this quote actually is unbelievable. And the quote says that they thought they buried us, they didn't know we were seeds, right? It's a Mexican proverb. They thought they buried us, they didn't know we were seeds. And I was thinking, when you tell yourself that story, you start thinking much more differently, right? A seed is buried too. It's incredible that the seed goes through the same process as anything else. It's put deep underground, right? All of this mud is put on top of it. It gets rained on, it gets snowed on, all these kind of things, but it knows that it's a seed. So it knows that it can grow, so that anything's possible. And it grows through, and you see even plants growing through concrete sometimes, right? It's unbelievable how much power a seed has. So changing the stories we tell ourselves, we can either look at challenging situations as opportunities for growth, as an opportunity to learn, as an opportunity to change, be the change, or we can look at them and really feel down. Now, that second part is okay. We can even feel like that, right? But we have to recognize it's not permanent. We've got to accept that none of our feelings are permanent. They don't need to be permanent, it's a choice. So if you need to vent, vent. I was saying to someone yesterday, if you need to vent, vent. If you need to rant, rant. If you need to complain, complain. If you need to share how you feel, do that. But recognize that those feelings are not permanent, and it will be amazing when we realize we are seeds, right? That is the most powerful way of finding strength.
Be quiet though.
I knew it. Why didn't I? I knew you'd do that.
Should we sign the book?
Or take a nap in here.
Looks like someone was.
Yeah.
Emergency supplies. Please keep door closed and fastened at all time to keep the mice out.
It barely made it. And now we have to walk back. A bald face.
It's that altitude.
No oxygen in my brain.
We definitely killed that hike. Good job, babe. Made it. Bagging peaks. Bagging peaks. We met a hiker on the way up. She said that this was like the hit of all mountains in Southern California. The hit trail, like the high intensity trail, just because of the elevation gain. It's kind of true. That was a lot of elevation to conquer in that amount of distance. So now we have to go back down. I might not film a lot of that. Typically that's when I injure myself, is going downhill on a steep descent. So I have to be really careful of my footing here and just be really careful that we don't slip and slide around on these rocks. Plus it's getting a little warmer and I don't want to take the time to film. I just want to finish this hike and get out of here. Apples in my mouth. There's a big ass rattlesnake right there. Go on. Go on. My watch died. What was our final distance?
16.85 miles.
16.85. What was the elevation?
4,200.
4,200. Okay. Yeah, our pace was decent. You know, we had to stop and take video and stuff, but I noticed that after we saw that snake, our pace doubled for some reason. Good job though, babe. I know it's a lot of bugs. Let's go home.